knew that if I wanted to do something in fitness, which I did, I would have to use my social media and I would have to start. I've built my Instagram to 500,000, YouTube over 800K on fitness. You guys have to have a why. If you want to grow on socials because you don't want to work the job that you want and you want to work for yourself, travel, live life in your own terms, that is a really good why. That is worth being a little bit embarrassed. If you can do that, they're gonna 100% want to follow you for more. So if you're wondering why you should trust me, well, I've built my Instagram to 500,000, YouTube over 800K on fitness. And most importantly, I think, is I allowed myself to create a lifestyle from fitness. So I used my personal brand on social media and fitness to create multiple streams of income, 3 7-figure companies. And now I help online coaches basically start and scale their businesses. And so if that's you and you want to be an online coach or you want to grow your business, there's a link below that you can click. But for everyone else who wants to grow their social media and fitness, there's actually a course below that I've created. It's not a subscription. It's nothing expensive. It's actually it's really cheap. So you can check that out as well if you want like a rundown for 30 days on everything you need, right? But today we're going to get into the actual specifics of why and what you guys can do, and also mistakes that I don't want you to make. Okay, so a bit about me, a bit of background. I was not from like the place of posting organically normally. Like I came from the place of posting that would terrify me. Like I did not like social media. I didn't use social media. My Instagram was like 700 followers, but I knew that if I wanted to do something in fitness, which I did, I would have to use my social media and I would have to start. So I think my story will probably resonate with a lot of people starting, in that I was no one special. I literally was just a kid working at the chemist to get free protein. Not even free, cheap. Cheap fucks was 10% off. Come on. But I had this dream of doing like fitness, something with fitness, like fitness influencing, like whatever it was. I didn't even know how I was going to get paid, but I just wanted to do that. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to put my fears aside for a second and I'm going to start this thing. So I want to tell you about when I started. The very first photo I posted on Instagram was like this photo of my back, like my back out, because I'm like, at least I'm not looking at the camera. It's like, and it was so scary. I just waited for all this hate. I waited to get all this hate. I didn't get any hate. It was like a few people going, nice, man. Yeah, like this. Like, and some people just didn't. I was like, okay, I kind of eased into it. Next photo, I was still terrified. Now, this was before videos were like normal, right? Like not many people posted videos. It was usually like photos. So I even eased into it with photos. I was terrified. Now in 2025 and moving to 2026, like everyone expects you to just be good at video. And like, if you don't do videos, it's like you don't post at all. So I think everyone should have a bit of a stepping stone. If you haven't posted anything yet, you don't have to jump straight into like a daily vlog. Like start posting photos, just share a bit of the journey and write your captions from you. Like honestly, write them as if it's your voice, because that's going to help later. Now, I think as a very first step, right? Like you guys have to have a why. You need to have a why to do this. Otherwise, when it gets difficult, you're not going to want to do it. So my why originally was to conquer the fear that I had, honestly, and to move into the direction of fitness because I loved it. That was my why. And I kept doing it. That's what made me post. That's what made me step out of my comfort zone. Now, what I did from that is I created an online coaching business that generated over $1 million a year myself. I did that myself because I was pursuing that dream of fitness. Now, I think for you guys, you got to think, what is your why? What's your goal? Because if you just want to grow on socials for the fun of it, great, do that. But if you want to grow on socials because you don't want to work the job that you want, like the same as me, and you want to work for yourself, travel, live life in your own terms, like that is a really good why. So you should do whatever it takes to get there, because it's a pretty cool change. So let's actually get into the tips, right? So we have a why. Hopefully you guys have a why right now. The first tip is to be willing to embarrass yourself. That's like the biggest tip, because most people are not willing to be uncomfortable or be scared. They're like waiting for a time where they're not scared. And it drives me crazy because I'll speak to people and they're like, yeah, I really want to do this thing. And I'm like, sweet, are you willing to, pay money? They're like, yeah, I'm willing to pay. Are you willing to put yourself out there and get a bit embarrassed? They're like, yeah. And then when they go to do it, nothing. They don't do it. And it's because they're actually not willing to put themselves out there, be embarrassed for a little bit, feel a bit uncomfortable, feel a little bit cringe. They're not willing to. Whereas I would always look at it like, well, if my dream goal is to work for myself, travel, earn more money than most people while I'm enjoying life, that is worth being a little bit embarrassed and feeling a bit cringe, right? And you can ask yourself, is that worth it? It could be to you, it might not be. But if it is, then this is where this stuff's important. Okay, so you always got to remind yourself of your why and actually be willing to get embarrassed, because everyone is cringe at the start. It always feels cringe, right? But the easiest way to transition is moving to the next tip, which is to serve others, not just you. So when people start posting on social media, they usually do it and think it's all about them. It's like the me show. And the thing is that like people are usually pretty selfish. The viewers are selfish in that they want to watch what appeals to them and what helps their life. They don't want to watch someone else for the sake of it, unless that person's already like important and has kind of like shown high status. And creators are selfish in like new creators in that we think that people want to watch us. And so I want to flip it for you guys and think, okay, who are you serving and what makes that interesting for someone to watch? Like, why would someone want to watch that? Sometimes people want to watch it to be entertained. Sometimes they want to watch it to learn something, and sometimes they want to watch it to simply connect. But if you're just like putting yourself above everyone else and like having this big ego persona, it's doing none of those things. So you have to think about your content from like, not like, oh, this is the me show, how good am I? Think about it like, what am I actually doing? So serve other people. The second you start trying to serve other people, your content is going to be much better received, I promise you. My next tip is to actually get good at videography. One of the best things I did was buy a camera and learn how to use it, because I invested this money in the camera and I'm like, okay, now I got to learn how to use it. Oh, that means I got to learn how to edit. That helped me a lot, because when you get good at the skills of filming and editing, you get better at thinking and ideating, because you're thinking all the time, what is going to capture someone's attention the most? What angle? What kind of like shot? And learning that is massive. That's why I put all of that in editing and things like that into my little course below. But learning that as skill is huge. So I edited my YouTube videos all the way up until like probably 500,000, because I loved my own style and I didn't want anyone else to kind of put their style on mine. And I'm glad that I still can, so that I can still edit if I need to. Instagram Reels, I don't let anyone edit a comedy skit, never, because that's fully my style. Some things people can edit and editors can take over, but having the skill of being able to edit your own content, it unlocks a level of creativity and originality that will help you stand out. Moving into the next point, you need to stand out. And the best way to stand out right now is to expand off your own personality. This is where your personal brand is going to come in handy, is not copying other people, because these fads and these trends, they literally go in and out because everyone reuses them and it's not interesting anymore. It's not different. You need to like use your personality and draw what you've got, all of your best attributes, maybe your worst, but draw your best ones out and show people. Because if you can connect and relate to people, they're going to watch you. And this is where I think the trend is changing now, in that we don't want to follow superficial, like one-dimensional characters on social media. We want to follow real people that we trust and we connect and we like, because the standard is actually increasing. And you can look back like 10 years ago, no one really cared about your personality. You could post photos, you'd go viral. But nowadays, there's more people, like they want more and you got to give them more. So easiest way to do that is to stand out. And the easiest way to stand out is to only show your personality, like really bring it out there and just do not care. If you're able to do this, you will become the niche. Because a lot of people talk about niching down and they might think, oh, fitness or lifestyle or whatever the content is, but the niche really is you as a person. It's how you're different than everyone else. So if you like doing certain things, you have certain hobbies, you have ways of explaining things, you have a different sense of humor, that is where you're going to stand out a lot. So with my content, for example, my kind of niche is a little bit of everything fitness, a bit of business, a bit of like travel, a bit of comedy. Like it's kind of random. It seems random, but it's all the elements of my personality that I love. And so I share that with people and I don't want to segment that. So when people go, oh, should I start a fitness Instagram account? I'm like, why? When fitness is such a big part of your life and you want to make it such a big part of your life, why do you need to minimize it to a fitness account? Like show everything. Show you going out with friends, but then show a reel of you talking about like fat loss. Like I don't see a massive need to split these components of your life out, because then you're only going to show up as that one person. Whereas really the benefit and the advantage, as we've just kind of discussed, is to show up in all facets of your personality. So people relate to you on so many different levels. That is why they will choose you. And that's why they will choose to follow you over the next person. So far we've talked about a lot of like high level kind of strategy stuff, but to end on a little bit of something like a bit of a tactic, I think we want to pair it with the previous point on your personality, because that is like a number one. And then think about this for a second. A lot of people, they create their videos assuming people are going to watch them. But I want to, again, challenge you guys to create your videos assuming everyone is going to skip. Create your videos assuming every single person is going to immediately want to skip. And then you got to think, how do I keep them? How do I retain them? If you can do that with short form, you will crush it, because you're always going to be keeping people on. Now, how do you retain the people? How do you keep them on and watching your video for longer? Because side note, if they watch your videos for longer, a higher watch time will be better in the algorithm, which means you'll do better. So how do we do that? Well, the first one is curiosity. And I think this crushes it. And you can even notice this in your own like consuming habits, is watch how long you'll watch a video for when you have a little question in the back of your mind of like, what are they doing here? What are they getting at? What's the point? What's the answer? That will keep you around for a long time. So curiosity is great. And that's don't reveal everything. Don't reveal the plot, the final point. Don't reveal the answer until it's further on. You'll kind of want to draw it out a little bit. That's going to be helpful. The second thing is to just be as helpful as possible. I think that's going to be just a given in terms of serving the algorithm, is just try and be as helpful. Thirdly, cut all boring bits out. So when you're shooting an Instagram reel, TikTok video, whatever it is, cut all the cut the empty space. And when there is one shot, if you don't have multiple angles, use zooms, like change it up, film the whole thing again from a different thing. Using these are called pattern interrupts. It's interrupting the viewer's pattern basically, so that you're not just showing them, here's one scene, here's me doing the same thing, that you can expect this to continue. You want the viewer to think, oh, it's always changing, something's changing, what's gonna happen next? That is gonna increase retention. So if you can increase retention, you can show your personality to people, you can add value, you're gonna create you're gonna create a good feeling from your content, and people are gonna like that. They're gonna resonate with it, and they're gonna feel good watching your stuff. If you can do that, they're gonna 100% wanna follow you for more. So it's a skill. All of this stuff is a combination of skills. And that's what I want you guys to get good at, is piecing these skills together and not expecting it overnight, having the courage to get out of your comfort zone and do something, because it's not always gonna be easy. This is the thing, is that you guys, if you're watching this, I'm guessing, I mean, I've spoken to a lot of people, I'm guessing you have a pretty solid dream on what you want to do, but you have to be willing to get ridiculously uncomfortable, because if you don't, you'll stay exactly where you are, because everything you've done has got you to where you are right now. And if you're comfortable in a job or whatever it is, and not posting, that's totally fine. But just know that nothing's going to change. Nothing's going to change unless you get uncomfortable. And usually that comes from taking that decision, like making that decision, posting on social media. Could be buying someone's program. If you don't want to learn from me, learn from someone else. Those are the things that scare people, because it forces you into change. So I think the biggest tip of all is don't let fear just like rule your life right now. Be the decision maker, take action, follow through with it, be super consistent. When I started YouTube, I was so consistent. I was doing a video a week, not expecting anything at all. Until one point, I'm like, this has to change. Surely something has to change. I dedicated so much to getting my quality better. And I just thought I will keep going until this hits like 50K. That was my goal. It ended up getting to 800. So I stopped for a bit, and then I'm like, you know what, let's get it back up again. So I'm going to do some more fitness YouTube on the other channel. You guys can check that out. But I want to end on that note, guys, on not letting fear kind of dictate what you do. So if you enjoyed this, let me know below. And again, little shout out to the new course I've just built out for building a personal brand in fitness. Check it out. Let me know what you guys think. If you don't like it, you'll get your money back. No stress at all. I'll see you in the next video.